Have you been thinking of ways on how you can stand out on Facebook? Well, I want to give you a few tips to get started, and this is using video on Facebook. So the first thing is squared videos. If you don't know, squared videos actually take up more of the landscape on the screen. So when someone's seeing your video content, they're not being distracted by other content that may be at the top or the bottom of your video content when you're using squared video. You can size your video to 640 by 640, depending on the editing software. I use Final Cut Pro, or Final Cut X, whichever way you want to call it. And I just size mine when I'm doing square video to 640 by 640, and it usually covers the entire screen. So when someone's watching my videos, they're literally stopped on just my content, and it works really well. The next thing that you want to do is you want to have targeted ads. You don't want your video to just be put on Facebook and just be like everywhere. You want to speak to your ideal client or your target audience. I know a lot of people don't like the ideal client verbiage, so I would say your target audience. And with doing that, you want to avoid being salesy. So what that means is don't just get on video with this buy for me. You want to engage with people. You want to bring them in. You want to give them a chance to get to know you. And they will naturally say, hey, you know what? I really like what Anisha's producing, blah, blah, blah. I want to go check out what she has in the shop. That is my approach with my Learn with AC community. I am not trying to stuff things in my shop. I'm not saying that there isn't a, not desire, but there aren't moments where I do want them to know what's in the shop, because obviously there's content in there for them that can be of value. But I'm not going to be talking to them every 5 seconds about buy. That's just not my strategy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're coming off pushy, people know how you talk when you're trying to sell, and they can pick up on it. And honestly, with social media, a lot of people are able to smell the real you, no offense. And what I mean by that is you can be fake, or you can only be fake for so long until people figure out. So that being said, is make sure that you are using, targeted ads, and that you're targeting your ideal audience. The next thing that you want to keep in mind is adding text. A lot of people, believe it or not, when the video content comes up on their feed, they don't have their sound on. So we used to do, and sometimes I do it, I'll do like a little turn up volume. Still doesn't mean they're gonna turn up the volume. So you want to basically transcript your videos as much as possible. What you can do, and I learned this tip from Christina Scalera, she actually tells you to go through Google Docs and basically let your audio, there's like an option on Google Docs where you can select record audio or dictation, and you play back your video. As long as it can hear it, it will transcribe basically everything that you're saying. Then what you need to do is go back and obviously clean up. You're not just going to copy and paste, because it could be, there could be misspelling or, wording that was not said, because it's, it's transcribing. It's trying to get it as close as possible. We all know how voice text works, right? So think of it that way.